Did you know that in the US alone, there's over 12 million women that struggle with substance abuse and 200,000 women that live homeless nightly? These aren't mere statistics. They're not just numbers. Every one of them are a soul. And Jesus himself said, "Is there anything worth more than a soul?"
When I look back at how things used to be, I remember that there was no structure. I was kind of just going house to house, unable to really have or find purpose where I was or feel loved where I was. There was no unity or togetherness or my home life was very fractured and I felt broken. Looking back, it seems that reality was really hard for me to walk in and want to be there. I felt like the only way to escape the pain of not feeling loved and not being cared for was to end my life. I decided that I was gonna start walking on the highway. Like, I packed my bags and I was determined. I didn't have any money, I didn't have any resources, no food. I started walking and it started getting dark and cold and I thought, where am I gonna sleep? My prayer when I cried out to the Lord for the first time when I was at that rest stop was simply help me get to my destination. I think it's actually really cool to think about because, you know, I had a destination which was to end my life, but the Lord had a totally different destination.
15-minute ETA of 0021. They're less walking southbound on 70.
When we first got there, it was obviously nighttime, so it was dark. And we noticed Zaire was sitting at the picnic table up in the corner of the parking lot all by herself under a tree. We noticed that she had a book bag and we wanted to make contact with her just to make sure she's okay and check on her. And I walked up to her, introduced myself, told her who I was, and asked how we could help. I asked Zaire if I could just pat her down to make sure that she didn't have anything in her possession that could cause me harm, and we do this to everybody. And it was at that point in time where Zaire pulled a small shard of glass from her pocket and handed it to me. And my heart felt for her at that time. I asked her, I said, "Where did you pick this up at?" And she said that she had just picked it up alongside the road and was just using that that night for her protection. I just knew that she needed somebody just to talk to, just to be a human. I asked her if there was any way that we could assist her and get her to a safer location, and she said yes. So I talked to my sergeant, and he said that you know, we could transport her to Circleville, where there would be more resources available to her. And this gave us enough time to get in contact with the covering and Ashley Patton and find other resources that we could provide Zaire with. We pulled up and I got Zaire out of the back of my patrol car, and when we were walking up to the house, Ashley opened the door and it was like she accepted her immediately, like she was family. Open arms.
Knowing that the Lord chose to answer my prayer in those moments, looking back, I feel privileged. I feel loved and I feel seen, which is a way that I didn't feel before. And I learned that he cared for me. I learned that he loved me. I learned about his character and knew that it wasn't just me, like he'd do that for anybody. The Lord protected me because he has purpose for me. My life today speaks to that. The Lord opened up doors for me to go to culinary school and become a chef and do something I'm passionate about, something that I was allowed to dream about. And so the school that I'm looking at is in Greece right now. And that is just the most exciting thing to me because I've always wanted to see the world and travel, and to be able to do that while I'm also learning about something I'm passionate about is just like the coolest thing to me.
I hope that one day that maybe I'll see her on TV at Next Top Chef with Gordon Ramsay.
I have a joy that comes from the Lord. I have a peace in my heart that comes from the Lord. And I know that without him, I wouldn't have those things. And today, I am living a life that I never thought I was worthy of.